Hi, how are you doing? If you are a mother, happy Mother's Day to you. My goal is always to get these out on Sundays, but usually more like Monday, sometimes even Tuesday-ish. So if this isn't going out on Sunday, then I hope you had a happy Mother's Day. We did kind of like a lunch, not a brunch. It was more like a lunch, but it was nice. Got some life changes happening. Nothing that would seem earth-shattering to any of you, but to me it's making a big deal. I'm still working on a couple things, making things happen. So yeah, hopefully I'll be ready to talk about that soon. I fixed my drink tonight, so it's got a lot of ice in it, and it's almost all ice at this point. I can't hear nothing sloshing around, but there's stuff there, so I don't know. I will drink until nothing comes out, and then I'll just drink some more. But there was a lot of stuff going on this week, so let's go ahead and cover what's happening. Welcome to What's Happening. That is where I tell you all the interesting things that I know that are happening this week. Now, I always throw out my little caveat. I am not omnipotent. I don't know everything that goes on in the world on any given day, week, hour, month. But sometimes when I find interesting things, I write them down, and that's what I talk about for these weekly and monthly recaps. So if there's something going on in your neck of the woods that you really love, that's really important to your area, I don't talk about it. Please don't be mad. Just comment below, and if it's still going on next week, I'll be happy to talk about it. If not, I will make sure I put it on next year's calendar. Don't be mad. I'm finally rebounding from the boss, and I just can't handle any meanness. And I would just really appreciate if there was no meanness being thrown my way. I'll also give you a couple other ways to reach me if you don't want to comment below, but I got you covered. Before we get started, if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Gretchen. I'm the Tipsy Travel Gal. I'm a licensed esthetician and a travel agent, and it is my goal to eat, drink, and spa my way around the world. Bringing you with me, of course, showing you some amazing things, introducing you to some fun things to do, and of course, delicious things to eat and drink. If that sounds interesting to you, please consider subscribing to my channel because there's a lot of this content plus a lot of other really fun things. So I would really appreciate it if you did. Also included in the description is the link to my GoFundMe. Please check it out. See how I've got to where I'm at. No, I have not updated it yet, but one day it will happen. And if you have a few extra dollars to spare, I would be eternally grateful. There is a very eclectic amount of things going on this week, so let's get started. We are going first to Tokyo. See, this is what happens. That, my friends, is my drink. There was a small drinking implement incident. So, starting on the 12th, sumo begins in Tokyo. Sumo being the national sport of Japan, it's every other month for 2 weeks. If you don't know anything about sumo, it's a form of wrestling where you are in a circular ring and it is your job to force the opponent out of the ring. Sumo wrestlers are usually identified by the age of 15. And to become a sumo wrestler, they have to first finish 9 years of education, and then they have to fall within a certain height and a certain weight. Now, if they match all that criteria, they are then moved into a training stable, also known as a heya. They start at the very bottom, of course, and then they work their way up through the levels, hopefully to eventually become a sumo champion one day. Now, this lifestyle is incredibly restrictive. Not only do the lower levels help to serve the upper levels, but they have to live in these dormitories. They don't get to have outside lives. They basically eat, drink, and sleep sumo wrestling, and that's it. They can't date, they can't be married. There are 6 tournaments throughout the year, every other month, odd months, of course. And depending on how many matches that you win, you can either be promoted up a level, but you also can be promoted down a level. Now, once you hit the upper levels, you can live in your own home. You can also date and marry. But you are still responsible for winning matches, and if you don't, you can be demoted back down to the lower levels and have to go back and live in the sumo dormitories. 2 weeks before the Sumo Tournament begins, they release the Banzuke, which are the rankings of all the sumo wrestlers. With that, they also have the pairings, so they all know who they will be wrestling first. You can buy tickets for the sumo wrestling online. In terms of the hours, obviously matches are run throughout the day. Each match is listed on the website, which I have included in the description of this video. You can buy tickets online. They're actually somewhat reasonable. You can either get single tickets or you can get like a little box, which comes with, I think, 4 seats or something like that. But start looking early for these seats because the tickets go quickly, especially once the pairings are released. The good news is that the arena is in Tokyo, so you only have to get yourself to Tokyo, and then you can use public transportation to get to and from the matches. And of course, there are plenty of places to stay in Tokyo. Now, if sumo isn't your thing, there's something else to do in Tokyo this month. We're going to stick around for one of the great Shinto festivals. May 17th through the 19th is the Sanja Festival. This is Tokyo's largest festival. It is one of the 3 great Shinto festivals. The other 2 are Kanada and Sano. Now, this particular festival honors the 3 men that started the Senso-ji Temple. 2 million people will gather for parades, performances, and of course, food. Now, many rituals, including elaborate dances, are performed at the shrine. There are 3 shrines called the Mikoshi shrines that are portable, and it is believed that the Shinto gods are placed within these shrines. So before those shrines take the procession through the streets, start with, also portable, 100 Mikoshi miniature shrines. These mini shrines are designed by the neighborhoods and are meant to represent the area that the carriers are from. Now, this whole process culminates in the 3 large portable shrines being taken out of the main shrine, paraded through the streets, and then, of course, returned. Now, you can attend this festival for free. There are plenty of things happening at the shrines for those 3 days that you can attend, as well as the main parade. That being said, there are other parties that are surrounded this festival. You will have to pay your own way at those, as well as any food or anything that you buy in the markets in the festival. So if either of those things sounds like fun, you will have a great time in Tokyo for the next 2 weeks. Let's go ahead and move on. Now we're going to return to the United States, Winchester, California, for a balloon festival. We are officially starting festival season here in the United States, and the 17th through the 19th is the Temecula Valley Balloon and Wine Festival. 2 things that sound absolutely delightful. The best way to describe this is wine, balloons, and concerts. Essentially, the balloons fly in the morning, the concerts start in the evening, and in between there is a wine and beer tasting festival. If you only want to come for the balloons, you can do that. You can come in the early morning, but then you have to leave after the landing takes place. Now, the festival essentially runs all day. Now, if you want to come for this with balloons, tickets are $40. If you want to actually attend the festival, including the launches, balloons, and the festival, you're starting at $60 all the way up to $1,000 per day. Now, drinks, even though this is a wine and beer festival, drinks are not included. So as you start going up in the categories, you begin to get drinks as part of your package. The VIP has 4 drinks included. So of course, to buy the VIP tickets, you have to be 21 or over. They also have bungalows there where you get a bottle of champagne, complimentary bottled water, a swag bag, and a bungalow host. And with that $1,000, 3 people can come with you. There is parking, $35 to $80. And what do I always say? Always pay for premium parking. You can do tethered or non-tethered balloon rides. And of course, you also buy your beverage tickets, which come with a souvenir glass. And if you've never done like a wine or a beer festival, essentially what you get is you get a souvenir glass, and then that's what you drink out of. But usually you get to go from place to place and they fill it up, but you actually have to pay for your drink with tickets. Now, when I saw the range of tickets, I was like, 30 tickets, good Lord. But it's like a certain amount of tickets for one drink. So it's not like 1 ticket per drink. And camping is available. Your campsite includes 2 general admission passes for the entire weekend, and you get to stay at the campground from Friday morning all the way through Monday morning. You can do dry camping, meaning you just pull in there and you can set up a tent or an RV, but you don't have any water or electricity, all the way through having water and electricity, having somebody hook it up for you, and of course, the exclusive festival experience, which costs $3,500. You have to be 21 to do it, and that includes your preferred seating at the concerts, catered dinner, complimentary beverages, special entrance level, your full RV hookup, a personal concierge, swag bags, gifts, a tethered balloon ride with a mimosa or a coffee, and of course a private tastemaker or winemaker session. Now, while that does sound lovely, I just find it really hard to camp for $3,500. I mean, obviously you probably would have an RV, but then you have to pay for the RV. So I'm not sure, as wonderful as all those things sound, I'm not sure if that would be something that I would do, but I definitely would like to attend this festival. You can check out their website for the concert lineup. So for some music, some wine or beer, and hot air balloons, head on over to California this weekend. Now let's travel to Europe for a flower festival in Italy. The 17th through the 21st in Sicily, the Infiorata di Noto is held. Now this is a flower festival in the town of Nolo on the island of Sicily. It focuses on Via Nicolazzi Street, and the entire street is taken over by flower carpets. Now, if you don't remember what flower carpets are, that is where they take flowers, sometimes vegetable petals as well, sometimes nuts, and they create these very elaborate designs. The Infiorata di Noto actually does have a yearly theme. This year's theme is an homage to Giacomo Puccini. They began designing their carpets on Fridays, and then Saturday and Sunday is the exhibition. You can come to watch them build their carpets, though. While all of this is going on, there are parades and sideshows to kind of give it a carnival festival atmosphere. And then on Monday, when it's all over, the children in the town get to run through the flower carpets to symbolize the act of destruction followed by renewal. Can I just say how disappointing it is to know that it's only children, because I would love to see the adults running through these flowers. This would be a great weekend trip to take if you are going to Italy for any length of time. So you can always take a flight from Rome or any of the other locations if you're on the Amalfi Coast. It definitely is something that I'm putting on my bucket list. So if you like flower carpets at the flower festival, head to Sicily. Again, we're turning back to the United States. This time on the other side of the country, we're going to Gulf Shores, Alabama for the Hangout Music Festival. With summer, I shouldn't say it like that, because Gulf Shores is kind of like in a perpetual summer, but with summer comes music festivals. May 17th through 19th in Gulf Shores, Alabama is the Hangout Music Festival. And this is a very unique music festival in that it is set up directly on the beach in Gulf Shores. So Gulf Shores and Orange Beach are turned into a musical festival in the sand. There are 4 stages, 1 DJ dance area, and it's really cool because the main stage has these hangout pools on the side. Of course, you have to pay for that, but it's kind of a cool feature. You can literally be in a pool on the beach at a concert. Now, it's not just music. Obviously, there are fun activities areas. There's beach volleyball. There are places for you to buy things. There's hammocks. There's art installations. Of course, there are also cooling areas, which are very important because there's going to be a lot of people in a very small area with hot temperatures. So kind of important there. There is even a wedding chapel. There are, of course, places for you to get food and, of course, drinks, plenty of bottled water. Definitely stay hydrated if you're going to be spending time on the beach in a large crowd in the sun. All ages are welcome to this, but minors have to have a chaperone that is over 21. So the gates open at noon, and really the concerts end around 11 o'clock or whenever the last show ends. Tickets range from $359 for 3 days all the way up to $2,499 for a 3-day pass. There is a shuttle that goes to a lot of the local hotels. You can roll your shuttle pass into the price of your tickets. It raises it by $60. As you progress through the different categories up, you get things like a dedicated entrance. There are special cooling areas with air-conditioned restrooms. There's food service, but of course, one of the top levels, you get upfront viewing. There is a private VIP deck with elevated views, shaded seating. There is also premium cocktails there as well. Cooling areas, you get front row viewing, access to the pools. Now they've added Wi-Fi access. Golf cart shuttles that take you to between the stages. That right there for me would cement the price of that VIP package. You also get complimentary gourmet meals with lounge singing and charging areas on the beach. You can buy your shuttle passes, and you can also get lockers to store your belongings. Those are extra costs as well. But I would definitely, if I was going, 100% I would get a locker, because you don't want to have to be worrying about your purse or any belongings or anything that you buy while you are there at the concert. So if you're looking for some musical fun in the sun, head to Gulf Shores, Alabama this weekend. Finally, our last stop this week is going to be back in Europe. This time we are heading to Germany. May 17th through the 20th is the Carnival of Cultures in Berlin. This carnival is a celebration of cultural diversity. Now, there is a main street festival that has theater, performances, interactive entertainment, culturally diverse food offerings, as well as a market to buy things. But the highlight, of course, is the street parade, where 5,000 performers from a bunch of diverse nationalities will present music, dances, performances, visual arts, acrobatics, while on a moving float. Now, this draws very large crowds, usually around 500,000 people will come especially for the parade. Now, I couldn't find any information about hours, so I'm guessing that a lot of people know like when the parades start and when the carnival starts, but it has to be like an all-day thing. I can't imagine it would be. Good news is that the admission to both the carnival and the parades is free. Now, of course, if you're buying food, drink, or you're making purchases of something, that's going to be extra. But yes, you can go to this carnival for free. So that is it for what's happening this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Remember, if there is something that I missed that is near and dear to your heart, comment below and I will make sure we talk about it either next week if it's still going on, or put it on the list for next year. If discussing things on YouTube doesn't float your boat, you can go to any one of my social media accounts. I am Tipsy Travel Gal on all the main social media platforms. Or if email's more your thing, go to my website, tipsytravelgal.com. And if you look at the top menu, there is a contact me link. Go there and you can send me an email. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I know I did. Have an amazing week. Again, to all the mothers, I hope you had a great Mother's Day. And until the next time, bye.